Tonight, a historic church in Tarpon Springs is now in desperate need of repairs. St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral is famous for hosting these large Epiphany celebrations, the largest in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, this is video from the celebration earlier this year. It is a huge deal. You see him diving for the cross right here. And now city leaders are asking for your help making big changes there.
This is the leaky roof at St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral that leaders say they just looked up one day and realized was seriously damaged.
This is where some of the biggest damage has happened.
If you want to know anything about this church, you ask Dale Terrell, the cathedral's unofficial historian and caretaker, one of many looking forward to this 1943 building getting important updates, like stained glass windows that can survive most hurricanes, even though they've dodged damage in the past.
It's sort of miraculous, but God's not going to let us go forever without fixing some stuff.
He calls it the church built by sponges, thanks to the Greek sponge divers migrating here in the early 1900s, giving part of their sales to build a church community.
These were working class people. No one was wealthy except people who were involved in commerce. And the sponge divers, the sponge merchants really stepped up and made this happen, along with everybody else's $5, $10, whatever it was.
Eventually becoming home to Grecian marble from the 1939 New York World's Fair, an early example of parishioners fundraising like the $3 million already raised for the current roof and restoration project.
It's an example of Byzantine architecture. There's nothing else like it for miles and miles around. And I know when it first opened, it had to be just the grandest thing going.
With such an extensive active fundraising period, pledge payments can be spread out across multiple years, potentially up until 2031. Reporting in Tarpon Springs, Annie Krall, 10 Tampa Bay News.
Now, the church says they have reached the halfway point of their goal thanks to parishioner pledges without state or federal grants.
And it's impressive since they only just kicked off that fundraising campaign last month. And you will find more on those efforts in this story on 10tampabay.com.